Welcome to the Socialette podcast, where we empower you with the marketing know-how you need to create the business of your dreams. I'm your host, Steph Taylor, and I'm a marketing nerd, Shiraz lover, and passport stamp collector. Join me as I dive into all things small business marketing and deliver them to you in bite-sized, fluff-free lessons every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's get learning. Hey, welcome to Socialette. This is episode 118. This episode is brought to you by my free 3-day Simpler Marketing Challenge. If you're feeling overwhelmed, scattered, and all over the place when it comes to marketing your business, it's time that we fix that. Over the 3 days in the challenge, we'll clarify, simplify, and streamline how you market your business so that you're getting the best results possible for your limited time, money, and energy. I'll also share some of my biggest hacks for saving time when it comes to marketing your business so that you don't have to spend hours every day trying to do all of the things. Head to stephtaylor.co/challenge to register for the 3-day challenge. So in today's episode, we're looking at how to stay consistent when you're marketing your business. I've said it 1,000,001 times on this podcast already, but consistency is just so important in marketing your business. You can't do something sporadically and hope that you'll see great results. It just simply doesn't work this way. So today I'm looking at how you can stay consistent with your content creation and with your marketing tactics. Before we dive into the episode, I have some pretty exciting news. This podcast is in the running for the Australian Podcast Awards. I just need you guys to support me and help me win this by voting for this podcast. I've made it super easy for you to vote. All you need to do is head to stephtaylor.co/vote and it'll redirect you to the voting page where you can tell the judges that you love this podcast and you want it to win. Thanks so much for that. Okay, so here are 5 ways that you can stay consistent with your content and your marketing. Number 1, tell your audience when they can expect to hear from you. There's nothing quite like a bit of external accountability to keep you motivated. I tell my listeners that they can expect a new podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it has meant that podcast content creation is now a priority on my to-do list every week, not just something that I do when I have the time to do it. If I hadn't told you guys that you could expect this, I'd be pretty tempted to miss weeks where I have a lot of other things on, or maybe I would release episodes on random days and you'd just never know when you would hear from me. So commit to something and then tell your audience about it. Maybe you'll commit to 1 Instagram live a week. You could tell them that every Thursday at 9 a.m. they can expect you to be live. Maybe even put that in your Instagram bio. Tell them every Thursday at 9 a.m. I'm live. Number 2, plan in advance. The last 2 episodes were about planning your content and coming up with ideas for your content. Let me tell you something. It's bloody hard to come up with ideas for your content when you're doing it on the fly. It's much easier to plan it out in advance and then change it if you need to. A plan also helps to give your content some structure, and it can help you to see where you need to be focusing your time and your energy. Number 3, prepare in advance and in batches if possible. I'm a huge fan of batching. I usually prepare my podcast episodes in batches of 3 each week, then I record them in batches of 3, schedule them in batches, etc., etc. When you prepare your content in batches, you're saving time because you're not switching between tasks. Preparing it in advance also means that when things go wrong, and inevitably they will go wrong because this is business, you will already have content prepared and you'll have it ready to go. So if you miss a week, then it's not a huge deal and you don't have a huge amount to catch up on. Number 4, schedule it. I don't know about you, but some days I really just don't even want to open Instagram. So if scheduling is your thing, it's a really good way to stay consistent on days when you just don't want to have anything to do with it. It's a nice feeling knowing that your post is still going out regardless of whether you feel like it or not. And it's a good way to make sure that you don't forget to post either. And for me, that's a big one because I am probably the most forgetful person in the world. Number 5, detach from the outcome. You need to know that you're probably not going to see results straight away from your content, and you need to accept that that's okay. These things take time. It's a process, but the long-term results are worth it. And I honestly think that you start to enjoy the process the more that you do it. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Please, 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 if you're enjoying this podcast, I'd so appreciate it if you could vote for me for the Australian Podcast Awards. Head to stephtaylor.co/vote to cast your vote. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Catch you next time.